Okay, I think we read over half of this before. Basically, Trump's camp was super pained about the Seltzer poll, and so Trump wanted to sue the pollster, saying that she was intentionally releasing bad polls just to try to sway the election. Now, I don't believe there is any evidence whatsoever included in the complaint. Now, they can be holding stuff back. They don't have to have like all the evidence here, obviously, but I don't think they had anything in here at all that showed anything like prima facie showing like criminal activity. It was just like they made a poll that was bad and we think that it was intentionally bad, but there was like nothing. I don't believe I remember reading anything in here that actually demonstrated that. This part of the Iowa code, this is what they're saying that they violated, but I don't even remember how this applied, because this was, they quote part of it: a person shall not engage in a practice or act the person knows or reasonably should know is an unfair practice, deception, fraud, false pretense, or false promise, or the misrepresentation, concealment, suppression, or omission of a material fact with intent that others rely upon the unfair practice, deception, fraud, false pretense, false promise, misrepresentation, concealment, suppression, or omission in connection with the advertisement, sale, or lease of consumer merchandise. And I think somehow they're trying to make the argument that the poll is like consumer merchandise or something. Iowa Code defines merchandise the same as the definition contained in Iowa Code section 714.16, under which the term includes any objects, wares, goods, commodities, intangibles, securities, bonds, debentures, stocks, real estate, or services, emphasis added. Okay. The defendants furnished merchandise to consumers within the broad meaning of the statute, since they provided a service, physical newspapers, online newspapers, and other content that contained the Harris poll. Okay, and that was a single cause of action that they are citing here. They're asking for actual damages to be determined upon trial of this action, statutory damages 3 times the actual damages suffered. This is given in the law itself. It tells you that's part of the award. An order enjoining, that means to stop defendants' ongoing deceptive and misleading acts and practices related to the Harris poll, and compelling defendants to disclose all information upon which they relied to engage in the deceptive and misleading acts. This is insane. Attorney's fees and costs associated with this action, and such other relief as the court deems just and proper. Okay, so this was the first complaint that they'd filed. And then, hold on. Look up that code. They're omitting the most important part, in my opinion. It says it specifically doesn't apply to political organizations. Wait, does it say that? Wait, fuck. Does anybody have a link to the specific code? What damage did he suffer? I think in the complaint he states that the damage that he suffered was that he had to spend a whole bunch more money advertising in Iowa when he really shouldn't have had to, because it was all bullshit and made up by them. So he shouldn't have had to spend any more time doing that. Okay, wait, hold on. Iowa Code. For the purpose of this chapter, a claimant alleging an unfair practice, deception, fraud, false pretense, false promise, or misrepresentation must prove that the prohibited practice related to a material fact or facts. Solicitations of contributions for charitable purposes does not include solicitations made on behalf of a political organization, solicitations made on behalf of religious organizations. I don't think that Seltzer or the Harris paper, I don't think that'd be considered part of, that wouldn't be considered a political organization, right? They're talking specifically about like PACs and stuff there, right? It wouldn't just be a pollster. So I don't think that that would matter here. Did you hear about how Paramount is going to settle with Trump over his lawsuit against CBS for Kamala's 60-minute interview because they're afraid his admin will block its merger with Skydance? Yep, I did hear about that. And that's incredibly fucking shameful if that's the case. Because there would be the second merger that's happened because of how huge these stupid fucking businesses have gotten. Because the same thing happened with, it was ABC that got sued, right? Because their parent company owns Disney or whatever, and they didn't want Disney sales to go down, so they just settled over the lies about where Trump claimed that they lied about the rape thing. I remember it was ABC or NBC. Okay, this complaint is filed on, let's see, Notice of removal by Gannett from Polk County. Filing fees paid. Followed by Gannett. Host of dismissal. Okay. Wait. Shouldn't the very first thing filed here be the actual complaint? Or do they get rid of the original complaint if there's an amended complaint? There's no way they would do that, right? I don't understand. They changed courts. The case is a different court, but it's the same case. Oh, so this isn't the original court where the complaint was filed. So that's why we have this. Okay. Motion for leave to appear pro hoc. Does this have to do with like, so you don't have to show up and just your lawyer can show up? Or is this to bring in somebody? Request for, wait. Only members of this court bar may appear as attorneys for the court, except when the court permits an appearance pro hoc vice. Is it vice or vice? It's fucking Latin bullshit. Attorneys residing with this district practicing before this court are expected to be members of the bar of this court. Attorney who is a member in good standing of the bar of any U.S. state's court or of the highest court of any state or territory, but it's not admitted to may upon. Oh, so you submit a thing so that you can have another lawyer come in and do it. That's what those motions are for. Okay, okay. Okay. So we don't have any big response yet to this complaint then, right? Basically temporary admission to complain or to appear if you're an out-of-state lawyer. Yeah, that's what's okay. The amended complaint is 45 pages, so 20 pages longer. Did they add different causes of action, or let's just scroll down? Oh, they do. They have more causes of action. Okay. I'll go back up and check the facts later. We'll see. Okay, so the only count that they had, the only cause of action they had in this one was the violations of the Iowa Consumer Fraud Act, Iowa Code Chapter 714H. So they have this one still. But I'm assuming it's going to be all the same basically as it was before. Basically, I think, yeah. Oh, they fleshed this out a bit more, but... Count 2, fraudulent misrepresentations. Plaintiffs re-alleged allegations. Okay, the elements of fraudulent misrepresentation are 1, representation; 2, falsity; 3, materiality; 4, scienter; 5, intent to deceive; 6, justifiable reliance; 7, resulting injury. Okay. And then count 3, negligent misrepresentation. Is there always a demand for a jury trial? Does this mean that it's literally impossible for settlement to happen prior to a jury trial, or what does this mean? C enter. Thank you, Toothless. Means instead of a bench trial. Oh, okay. So they could still theoretically settle or something beforehand. This is just saying that if it does go to trial, they'd rather have a jury trial. So a jury is there instead of a judge just doing it, deciding on who's right or wrong. Okay, I'm curious how many facts they added more before the counts. So they up to 102, and then in the original complaint they had, oh Jesus, 52. Oh shit. I wonder if they added, anything more interesting. How do we know the FAA thing is fake news? Which FAA thing? If I was the defendant, I'd ask for a bench trial because a judge would toss most of this nonsense, but a jury... Oh, sure. But I think in the United States, even for civil matters, I believe you always have the right to demand a jury trial. I believe even for tort, even for civil action, I believe that's the case. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong on that, though. In civil cases, the 17th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution guarantees a jury trial in federal cases where the amount in controversy exceeds $20, but this applies mainly to legal claims like damages rather than equitable claims like injunctions. Gotcha. Trump saying the FAA had a DEI policy? Oh, no, I don't believe there's been any good evidence demonstrating that that had anything to do whatsoever with any of the crash. That just seems to be total baloney. Defendants and their cohorts in the Democrat Party hoped that the Harris poll would create a false narrative of inevitability. After over 35 years in the industry, Seltzer retired in disgrace from polling less than 2 weeks after Harris's resounding defeat. Seltzer quitting polling is an admission of her guilt and liability for the defendant polls. Unhinged. For too long, left-wing pollsters, knowing that polls can and often do material impact elections, have attempted to influence electoral outcomes through manipulated polls that are not grounded in widely accepted polling methodologies and have unacceptable error rates. Jesus. I would imagine in the complaint, you would have to show some evidence of them being intentionally bad faith, right? Like you'd have to have this somewhere in the complaint. Otherwise, I feel like you would just, because the intentionality is a part of the tort, right? What are they asking for relief? They want to be reimbursed for all the damages that they had to spend campaigning in Iowa because they feel like they only had to do it because of the disastrous Harris poll. That's what, or at least that's what I saw in the last one. This is for jurisdiction. Okay, factual allegations. Seltzer's misleading reputation for objectivity. Seltzer has long enjoyed a celebrated, if not based on results, mainstream reputation for accurate polling. However, underneath the surface, Seltzer has quietly used her polls to attempt to influence recent elections in favor of Democrats, receiving ample coverage from the legacy media and thus lacking accountability. As Chairman Kaufman observed after President Trump's commanding victory, for too long we have let Ann Seltzer use her polls to influence races. She is fully aware that her polls can influence voters. Damn. Maybe they're going to try to go for a gross negligence angle. Not sure if that even works. I don't even know if that would apply here. This is an insane lawsuit, by the way. The fact that the president is suing a pollster for a poll he doesn't like, that's just crazy. You want to talk about chilling effect on polling? Imagine that anybody would be, I don't even have to say this. There's like a million reasons why this is absolutely insane. Imagine you go to publish a poll and you feel like you figured out like a new methodology. You've got some data. It's like, holy shit, I think this might be a big deal. And you're like, well, fuck, I might get sued for this. That's absolutely fucking unhinged. It's insane. Holy shit. Is this lawsuit thrown out yet? I don't know if this would get thrown out or not. It would depend on whether or not they have demonstrated in the complaint, as a matter of fact, that they've satisfied all of the elements of the tort that they're alleging. So they have to say at least like this goes to saying that they were acting in bad faith or that they were intentionally rigging their polls. They would have to allege that somewhere in the complaint. Now, even if the allegations are weak or suck, if it's in the complaint, then it has to go to trial because judges aren't supposed to determine things as a factual matter. They're only supposed to make determinations of legal matters. So as long as you've satisfied the legal requirements, then you go forward. But if even if they're shoddy, but they're not supposed to determine matters of fact in complaints, yeah, or pretrial stuff, or during the trial, unless it's a fucking bench trial or whatever. And you know that any polls on the other side of the political spectrum would say whatever they want without any repercussions at all. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. The Supreme Court shuts down most of Trump's retarded executive orders. Will you lower your chance of him being able to get away with insane shit? Well, the problem is like these executive orders have already caused like damage, right? Like it sends a message to people in the government for everything that's going on, right? Like, who are you going to be supported by Trump or are you going to be attacked by Trump? It shows like the intention of the administration, the types of laws they want to pass, like, and then who knows? Like, I guess we'll see, right? And then we also don't know, like, what if Trump just ignores some of the Supreme Court rulings? Who knows? Like, Seltzer's polling materially impacted elections, misleading. Okay, what do they have for intentionally? Because that's an element of this, right? It has to be an intentional misleading. The truth is that there is no sensible or innocent explanation for the Harris poll. That can't be it, my dude. You have to have some kind of, right? The congressional poll was another of Seltzer's 5 massive misses favoring Democrats this cycle. They're not even impact. Okay, well, am I missing something? And I don't want to lie. I don't because I read most of this before, and I don't. Then they just added a bunch of new shit. Is it, for anybody that's familiar with this, do they have any evidence whatsoever in this complaint that she was doing things intentionally incorrectly, other than just saying like obviously because she quit? Let's say that Seltzer did straight up put out a fake poll. Would she even be civilly liable? I mean, it depends on how the judge reads this particular law and whether or not the polling counts as a service, I guess, because this is about like misleading consumers, like who are consuming merchandise or goods and services. But if they would say that, sure, fine, then putting out polls counts under this law, then if they were intentionally being misleading, then I believe that it would count here under the Iowa Consumer Fraud Act, if you assume that it counts as a service. Now, that's an argument that they're trying to make, that it does count as a service. That's up to a judge, I guess, to determine, or for them to argue. But then there would be some liability, yes. But generally in the complaint, you'll put something where it's like, we saw this information, or this is a reason why we believe they misled people intentionally, because that is important. You can't just be wrong. It has to be fraud. You have to be intentionally wrong. Or I don't know if there's like an element for gross negligence, but I don't even know how you would prove that. It's a fucking poll. It's a poll. Internal communication showing intent to manipulate results, evidence. Yeah, that would all be for sure. Expert testimony proving that such an error was statistically improbable under good faith conditions. Would that be I don't know. That would be wild. Like this here, like in reality, Seltzer quit the polling industry in disgrace after an attempt at election interference. Such action is an admission of Seltzer's guilt and liability for the fake election interfering poll. There's no way. To date, no likely single culprit has emerged to explain the wide disparity. Aware there is no innocent explanation for the Harris poll, continues to try and talk her way out of the malignant fiction that she unleashed on the public. Seltzer hits back at criticism of Ariel poll. They are accusing me of a crime. Later, Seltzer inadvertently revealed the root of the problem, that the Harris poll was bought and paid for, and the polling industry is predicated on getting people to pay money for their products. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's paid to have rigged results. What a crazy... That's a crazy statement, but okay. I think generally people pay for polling because they want it to be accurate, because we want to know if the polls are correct or not. Jesus. But we haven't gotten any we haven't gotten anything filed by the defendants yet though on this, right? So we have nothing to read on their end. Damn. Well. Not sure why Destiny's focusing on this suit when the Facebook one is worse. I might just give the president $25 million for a case that would have 100% won. Well, because I think this one is going to be fought all the way, and I think I have an interview with the people behind this one soon. So I want to be familiar with this. We have a statement from their side. Yeah, but not just a statement. I wanted to know if there's like a court filing. There's no way that this is just so crazy though. What is the Facebook lawsuit, though? Facebook lawsuit Trump. Over bans? What the fuck? Wait, what? Meta has agreed to pay President Donald Trump $25 million to settle a 2021 federal lawsuit alleging First Amendment violations and other claims following the company suspending him from Facebook and Instagram in the wake of the Jan 6 attack on the Capitol. What the fuck? First Amendment wait, okay, fuck. I guess we were wrong the whole time then. When the dipshit conservatives were talking about getting banned from social media platforms, being that's my First Amendment right. Maybe they were right. Wait, what? Can somebody link the complaint for this? Did they really cite the First Amendment here? How do you even, how awkward? I feel like this, it doesn't matter, sorry. None of this matters. But like, just imagine how strange it is that you're like hanging out with the president. He's like, hey, you know, I'm like suing you guys because I feel like you banned me unfairly. And then Zuck's like, yeah, how much you want, dude? And it's like, I don't know. Can you give me like 25 mil? Like, okay, sure. Yeah, that's cool. Like, conflict of interest, anybody? Jesus Christ. Trump v. Meta. Was there any amended complaints on this? Are earnings from a civil suit taxable? I have no idea. Do you pay income tax on winnings from civil lawsuit? All income is taxable from whatever source derived unless exempted by another section of the code. The general rule regarding taxability of amounts received from settlements of lawsuits and other okay, then I guess probably. Dude, this could be our legal arc. We could sue Twitch for my First Amendment right. Legislation passed 25 years ago intended to protect minors from the transmission of obscene materials on the internet to promote the growth and development of social media companies has enabled Facebook to grow into a commercial giant that now censors, flags, removes, shadow bans, etc., and otherwise restricts with impunity the constitutionally protected free speech of the plaintiff and the putative class members. Oh no. If the defendants, Facebook, can effectively censor and impose a prior restraint on the protected political speech of a sitting president of the United States, then the threat to putative class members, our citizens, and our United States Constitution is imminent, severe, and irreparable. Holy shit! What the fuck? The plaintiff and the putative class members have respectfully asked this court to declare that Section 230 C1 and C2 of the Communications Decency Act of 1996, on their face and as applied in this matter, are an unconstitutional delegation of authority, and that the defendant's actions directed at the plaintiff and putative class members are a prior restraint on their First Amendment right to free speech. The plaintiff and putative class members also respectfully asked this court to order the defendants to restore the Facebook account of the plaintiff, as well as those deplatformed putative class members, and to prohibit defendants from exercising censorship, editorial control, or prior restraint in its many forms over the posts of the plaintiff and or the putative class members. God damn. Jurisdiction and venue, parties. Zuckerberg. The plaintiff, Donald Trump, established his Facebook account in May of 2009 and used the account for several years to engage with his followers about politics, celebrities, golf, and his account for several years, and his business interests, among other topics. After he announced his candidacy for president in the 2016 election, the plaintiff used his Facebook account to speak directly to his followers and the public at large. By using social media, including Facebook, the plaintiff strategically circumvented what he saw as mainstream media that was biased against him. After his inauguration as president in January of 2017, Trump's Facebook account became an instrument of his presidency. By virtue of the way he used his account, Donald Trump's messages became an important source of news and information about the government, as did his followers' comments associated with the plaintiff's posts. The plaintiff's account became a public forum for speech by, to, and about government policy. Holy shit. Ooh, the phrasing of this is what makes that criminal immunity thing scary. When the plaintiff utilized his Facebook account in his official capacity as president, A, it became an important outlet for an official capacity as president. Are these official actions then? So they would get presumptive immunity. What if he told his followers to go and kill people on behalf of the president? Like, I don't know, man, Jesus. It became an important outlet for news organizations and the U.S. government, and B, his Facebook account operates as a public forum. Keep in mind that this is just a complaint that they filed, but since the case was settled, it doesn't necessarily mean that a judge or jury or anybody agreed with anything laid out in this complaint. We would have to see exactly, I guess, what the settlement looks like to see what the settlement agreement looked like, I guess. Argued from the court that the parties have reached an agreement to settle the named plaintiff's individual claims and resolve this matter. Okay. And it was for just $25 million, I guess. Based. The Democrats telling Facebook to censor Trump. Oh no. Oh, even Fauci's in here. Oh no, they were deprioritizing his tweets, his Facebook posts. Not good. The fake news is talking about cases, cases, cases. This includes many low-risk people. Media is doing everything possible to create fear prior to November 3rd. The cases are up because testing is way up. By far the most and best in the world. Mortality rate is down. 85% plus. 85% plus mortality rate? That sounds pretty high. I'm just kidding. The cost of defense, or 25 million is not much at all. The cost of defense would easily get close to that. First of all, easily get close to $25 million. That's really expensive. Even for a case like this, I imagine that'd be really expensive. Number one. But number two, it's not about the cost. It's the fact that it's just the idea that the president of the United States is just suing people who did bad things to him, and now he's just getting paydays on all of it. Like, that's crazy to me. Do we really get another plane crash today? Yes, every single small plane crash that happens, you're going to get huge reports on, even though small planes probably crash. How many small plane crashes a year in the United States? In 2020, 1,007 private plane accidents were reported in the U.S. Although underreporting does occur, there were about 120 small plane accidents in the state of Washington alone from 2020 to 2022. So you're gonna see every single fucking time a plane crashes, people are gonna report on it. But hey, if it's shitting on Trump, then fuck him, I guess. I don't know. Fuck him. Damn, these guys hopped on the... Before 2020, the Michaels account had never been warned, censored, or flagged by Facebook. And then they began to have their content on Facebook page censored by Facebook. Oh no. Oh no, these wonderful tweets. Know your history, know your true history, and be free. Oh no. If your child wears a mask all day at school, this article from the National Institute of Health is a must-read. Link in comments. Oh, weren't people at one time saying like, if your kid wears a mask, he's gonna like fucking... There was this weird thing where like masks were like limiting oxygen intake or some stupid shit. Oh my God. Count one, violation of the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Holy shit. Count two, declaratory judgment of unconstitutionality of Section 230 in the Communications Decency Act. This has to do with Section 230 that basically protects you from being sued as a publisher for things that your users post. Count three, Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act. Count four, Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices, Florida statutes. Okay, are these all state things? And then class action. Okay, Jesus. Unbelievable. All right. Well, are those specifically for actually fatal crashes or small jams or something? I just said all accidents. So I imagine that like if your wheel falls off on a runway, that would count as well. So there's going to be a class action lawsuit suing me for First Amendment violations when I ban you guys. Oh, shit. I wonder if Trump, when he settled with Facebook, if Zuckerberg agreed to unban all those other poor American patriots who were banned as well, had their First Amendment rights violated. Oh, I saw this. I tweeted this out today. Oh, also, real quick, if you're on Twitter and you see people saying unhinged shit in my mentions, don't ever waste your time arguing with those people. Half of them are not even real. Don't waste your time. Just protect your brain. This is fucking hilarious.
Anyway, your Twitter algorithm is so biased. Well, I'm just looking up Kash Patel, right? I mean, like, I don't think there's really a bias there. You just look it up, and that's what's going to come in. Yeah, I don't know if that's a bias or not.
I'm almost positive that all of these tabs are going to be curated based on the media that you watch. Even if you're doing a search, it's still going to be curated. But
I'll go back and make sure I get through the rest of these, but I feel like that's the majority of them right there. And, okay, yes, yeah. I'll actually find a few more of these at the beginning. But, yeah, this guy, bro. This guy's high on some speed. You think so? Let me see if I can go through it. Okay.
Why did the audio get weird? Why'd you do this?
I want to make sure I find all of this. Okay. Is this work for interesting reasons? They've all been extremely professional and really good. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've had to interact with a lot of law enforcement and interesting people over the years. And, yeah, they're very, very competent. I'll say that. Let's see if there's any more of these real quick. Make sure I go through all the rest of them. Uh-oh. Oh, my fucking God, this is so good. Yeah, anyway, what is the rest of these? I'll get to the rest of them. Oh, wow. They look old. Yeah, they look old because they are old. Oh, here we go. What is this? Is this the same one?
At the FBI headquarters.
Man, people don't like her. You know why? It's because the haircut. She got to get a new haircut. She looks like a Karen. She looks like she'd get mad at you for writing her name wrong on a Starbucks cup and want a free one next time. I'm just saying it. Everybody's thinking it, but I'm just saying it.
Answered 1,300 pages.
You no answer. And yet you spread dangerous misinformation. Hear your answer.
What the fuck? Oh, man.
You're being considered.
I can see the way that he acts, though. I can see why they call him Shifty Shift, though. Like, I could easily see that. Like, that was a good one. Yeah, like, you could immediately tell exactly the reason why they say that. Fence? No, I'm not on the fence. I want this guy to be the director. I think he's great. I completely support him. I'm not a fence sitter on this at all. I like him.
Jesus.
I mean, like, I don't think there's...
I think he does.
Anyway,
it a little bit in
your
this.
Twitter algorithm is so biased, or you just look it up back and make sure that's what's going to come in. Yeah, I don't know if that's a bias or not.
I thought there's a part of this where he clicks his likes.
But I feel make sure I get through the rest of these, but I feel like 40 of them right there. And okay,
did I miss it? Or is it over here?
More of these at the beginning. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
So he goes to his likes.
Bro, this guy's high on some speed. You think so?
I don't know. Woman Definer. Is that a right-wing account? I have no idea. Leading report. We've got Colin Rugg.
Let me see if I can go through it.
We've got Vivek here.
Okay.
Leading report. I don't know the political leanings of this. And tribalism in politics. Let me first say, I voted for Trump. I've been an ardent supporter of Trump for many years. When the Democrats said that Trump was going to put migrants into prison camps, I laughed at them. I couldn't believe that we live in a country where this is possible. Oh wait, that wasn't a right-leaning tweet.
Should I find all this? Okay.
But I think these are all the likes he has. I don't know what the leaning is on all of it. Leading report is super Trump dick sucking. Okay, I don't know. I haven't watched them all, but don't worry. I'm sure Azan's going to focus on taking down Asman's bad coverage soon. But I'm sure. All right. I love you guys. It's been fun. Stay safe. I think, unless for some reason I mysteriously get worse tomorrow, I should be healthy tomorrow. Hopefully I'll stream earlier. Be careful. Rapino, cappuccino, poppuccino, hoppuccino, moppuccino, cappuccino, cappuccino, appuccino, appuccino, my dude. I will catch you guys next stream. Are we going to watch Ethan's content nuke? Yeah, I'll probably go over it tomorrow. I don't want to watch it on like the day of as it's releasing, but tomorrow, okay. Connections. Snoot, breast, free, chest, butter, snob, back, expert, beak, trunk, critic, case, connoisseur, snout, crate, honker. Wait, names for a nose. Can a snoot be a nose? A snoot, a beak, a snout, and a honker? Easy. Schnoz. Okay. A snob, a critic, a connoisseur, or an expert. People that are really well versed in a thing. Ones with discerning tastes. Snob, that's pretty negatively loaded, but okay. A car, trunk, case. Wait, this is the easiest one ever. A trunk, a crate, a chest, and a case are for like stuff you can put stuff in, storage containers. Back, free, breast, and butter. Back stroke, free stroke, breast stroke, butter stroke. Backstroke and breaststroke, I think, are swimming strokes, right? Is butter something to do with swimming and free? Oh, because freestyle for swimming. Butter? Does this have anything to do with swimming? Starts of swimming strokes. I don't know what the fuck a butter or swimming thing is, but okay. Well, that was super easy. Butterfly stroke. Oh, butterfly. Oh. Well, calling it butter is kind of weird. No? All right. Have fun. Be careful. Stay safe. Don't die. Hit a 930 for Joe Biden. I'll hit a 950 for Joe Biden. 1 second. Okay, whatever. 924 is good enough. He's out of office. Who cares? Be careful. Oh, last meme tweet.
Oh shit, a plane just fucking crashed. Oh shit.
Wait, he didn't even order. The fuck? What, it's not like a second plane is going to crash? Jesus. Okay, be careful.